Hey, welcome to New Jump City, everybody, where we recap the week in American and Japanese sequential art. We are back on the YouTubes and on all that stuff. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Super excited to be here. We have a big show this week. I'm very excited to be back on the YouTubes. I'm going to introduce our co-host now. Joining me through Discord is my co-host, my partner in crime, the greatest of all time. It is Joshua Gangsta Time Cole.
Well, it's called Partner,
What
but
up,
it should be
Chris?
called Gangsta Time.
Yep. And joining me through Discord, finally showing his face after being literally a phantom on our podcast for the last episode and a half, it is Edgelord Big News Brian.
What's up, nerds?
Hello. Let's get into plugs really fast. You can find me at the Chris Espinal on Twitter and Instagram. Joshua Cole, where can they find you?
At JD Cole _37. Private.
How about you, Brian? Where can they find you?
You can find me at b.esp on both Instagram and Twitter. And also, you can find me at It's Punchline on Twitch if you ever follow me whenever I'm streaming.
Yeah, all those links will be in the description, but you could also follow our theme song guy, Drum Foo, at drum_foo. He's awesome. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Also, if you have any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk to us about, email us in the comments below. That would be super cool. Or email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com and also comment below. And if you're watching on YouTube, we have a bunch of episodes that are audio only that you can find on our Spotify, our iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, we're on there. If you're listening to audio, we'll have our YouTube reestablished in the description, so you can click on that, find our new channel, and hopefully we don't get taken down this time. We've taken some precautionary measures to make sure that doesn't happen. From now on, we may be a little... we're not going to show like stuff like the manga panels, for example. We were taken down by Shueisha. They're pretty stringent on their copyright laws. So from here on out, it's just kind of going to be us. I hope you guys would stick around because our personalities are so sterling, and that's all we really needed. But we're here for you guys, and it's going to be the same show, just not a lot of visual aids. I think we'd still be able to do it for like the Marvel and DC comics, but as far as that's concerned, until we find another solution, or if you're a lawyer listening out there, want to take our case pro bono, that would be super cool. But until then, let's get the show on the road. I've been so excited for this. It is time to randomize.
I hope he turns his sword into some guns.
Dr. Stone. This is Dr. Stone, chapter 167, Different Strokes. Last we left off, Tsukishima, I think Tsukasa is his name. Sorry, I think I called him Tsukishima last time. But Tsukasa just like blasts into Dr. Zeno's lab and has his like weird metal Final Fantasy VII sword right up to his neck. It's just like, ah! But, yeah, Dr.
Right
Zeno.
to his chest.
Right to his chest. It's like, yeah, we got you. And he's like, how did you get here? Oh, yes, a tunnel? And then he just kind of figures out they dug their way through a tunnel. They add like wooden... They had the time to add like wooden supports to this tunnel as well as like dig through all that dirt in like, 25 minutes? These are 14-year-old children, by the way. And Chrome emerges directly underneath a cow that speaks, apparently. There's a little speech bubble that says, Moo? You trying to
milk me? That was really random. I'm for it, though.
Yeah.
I'm for it.
That was one of my favorite panels of the week already. I was just like, best panel. This cow is my favorite character in Dr. Stone, by the way.
Yeah.
The cow never talks again, by the way. It just says that and moves on with its life. So yeah, essentially, like they show the whole infiltration plan. They distract the guards. like each team, and then that's how they got in and managed to get Zeno's whole like spear up in his face. But yeah, their plan is essentially to light this massive bomb and use the shockwave from that bomb to propel Zeno and Chrome forward to like out of the lab, so they could just escape scot-free, like as fast as possible. Chrome like lights it pretty early, and he causes a cave in the tunnel between him and Zeno.
The Earth fell on the other side, which I don't really get the physics of it, so I'm not gonna give him hell. That we're just gonna say that was unfortunate.
Yeah, it was a sad thing.
Scientifically unfortunate.
Very much so. So it's just Zeno and Chrome stuck together in this cave, and both sides are trying to dig at each other to get through. They get to know each other a little bit. Chrome fashions a shovel out of one of the wooden support beams and starts trying to dig. And Chrome is like, "You should join me in ruling the world using science. Back in the 21st century, ethics, morals, politics, those idiots stood by such worthless concepts and prevented human
barely."
Yeah, I mean, we weren't great. We
weren't in their universe, I guess. So shit was
honestly
really nice.
If anything,
I don't know what. Not here. That's not based. This is a for sure fictional tale, not based on our society.
Yes,
confirmed.
Morals are definitely not getting in the way of science here. Definitely not. But yeah, he's just like, join me, and we could be the science. We can finally rule over humanity with our big brains. And Chrome has this cool shonen moment 2-page spread where he's like, I don't really like power either. I like being smart as well. But you know what? I'm not going to judge nobody who wants physical power. And then he manages to... There's
room for everybody.
Yeah. He manages to link up with Taiju on the other side, and they get free. And the chapter ends with Chrome yelling into their... makeshift cell phone that the target was acquired and Zeno is now in hand. Pretty fun chapter. I had a good time.
Man, they should have called this chapter Checkmate. What was the name of it? I didn't see what it was initially.
It wasn't Checkmate, I'll tell you that much.
But it is now.
The chapter is called Checkmate.
Like going into it wasn't, but at the end.
For sure it is now.
Unanimously.
Cool, yeah. I mean, I'm not against it.
Was really interesting this week.
Yeah.
I like that Chrome, was very reliable. He put the team on his back.
Yeah, Chrome's had a lot of like character development. He's essentially like the secondary main character, even though it's supposed to be Taiju. But yeah, fun chapter. Had a good time reading it. I'm ready to move on, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Then it is time to randomize.
Bloody Cross.
Batman Joker Warzone. I mean, yeah. It was
so we are covering it.
Yeah, it's on the list. We debated it back and forth. It's all right. Well, we can make this brief.
I would have downloaded it on the iPad. Let me do that real quick. Yeah.
Okay, so
as you were saying,
there are only two real important things established in this that are like actual hints to the future of what this Batman run's going to be after the Joker War. The very first one is about Bane. Essentially, we haven't seen him since the City of Bane event where Tom King ended his run. He basically took over the city for like a couple months and ran that shit, and then Batman stopped him. But during the Joker War, apparently the Joker finds time to come and visit Bane and just like troll him for a hot minute.
Oh man.
Yeah, he comes in and he's like, "Yo, buddy, I got your mask," and he puts his mask on for him. He's really just taunting him. But then he starts to get serious as to why he's actually there. And he actually is genuinely upset with Bane, which is kind of hard to do when you're the Joker, is to have someone be genuinely upsetting to you. And he's really mad because Bane killed Alfred.
He's raw over that, yo.
He's like, yo, that was
I had a feeling, because that's how I felt too, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The reasoning behind it is that, like, Alfred's kind of like his last thread of humanity and sanity left. So you just did it in front of his kid, and you just basically all you accomplished during City of Bane is made a teenager feel bad. And I'm like, damn. He didn't do that. He did a lot more.
I mean, yeah, but I guess that was the lasting effect. I mean, we haven't even seen Damian recently. He's
that's what I was
MIA,
wondering.
yo.
He's in Teen Titans. Or is he?
Well, exactly, but he hasn't had anything to do with Gotham recently.
Yeah, no, he bounced. Yeah, so he's very mad at him for wasting that trump card. And then apparently, like, this story is going to continue after the Joker War, like, particularly with Bane, which is interesting. I wonder what more there is to tell here and how much longer the Joker's going to be involved in this run. I wonder if, like, the Joker War is just kind of the beginning of it. There's also this little moment. There's a Lucius Fox story that's like a Batwing story as well, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
That's fun to read and all that stuff. There's a story with Orphan and Stephanie Brown essentially becoming Batgirls at the same time, which is cool because they were Batgirls before, and the New 52 kind of wiped that from their histories. So it's cool to see Cassandra in her outfit. I always thought she had like the coolest Batgirl outfit out of the team. Back in the day, it was a lot more stitched up like this. It's more reminiscent of like Catwoman's thing in like the old movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, hers were like more like stitched together. It was really cool. And I think like the last really important story here is Poison Ivy's. During the Joker War story, Batman was taken to this hideout of Poison Ivy's called Eden, and it was a secret between her and Harley, and that place ended up being destroyed. And then the story, she just basically shows up as like, I'm over it, and she just like says, she just snaps and is like, you know what, I'm gonna have my villain arc next, and she changes her name ostensibly to Queen Ivy. So
ostensively,
yeah, I don't know if I'm using that word right, but it'd be that way. Sometimes I use words just cause. But yeah, Queen Ivy. She's the next big bad for the arc. There's a little mini arc with the
Clown Hunter.
Yeah, and I'm like, all right, we get it. He's fucking badass already. Just show us who he is. Show us some progress. We get it. He's cool.
And what's his effect going to be?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's like just a little anthology story. Only a couple of them are ultra, like, very important and like planting seeds for the next couple of arcs in the run. So we'll have to see where it goes. That's all I have to say about Batman World. It's worth reading, but it's not like anything to write home about necessarily. Do you want to say anything before we move on, Josh? Are you shaking your head? I can't see you.
Nope.
All right. Let us randomize. Jujutsu Kaisen. This is Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 123, the Shibuya Incident part 41. Feels like just yesterday we were just like Shibuya Incident.
Alternate title. A good matchup.
Honestly, yeah. We got color pages. First of all, these color pages, I wish we could show you them, but we can't. They're very nice. He really put a lot of work into them. His name is the artist's name is Gege Akutami. Good work, Akutami.
You did that really well. I was surprised.
Gege Akutami. I'm very good at saying names. All right. So last we left off.
Gege Akutami.
Gege.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I wish I could have this poster. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's really nice. But last we left off, Kumisaki has been facing off against a body double.
Oh, they had the Kingdom Hearts. He has the Kingdom Hearts ice cream, bro. You ain't peep that?
Yeah, the sea salt ice cream?
Yeah. And Roxas had. Yeah. And Axel and the other girl. Yeah. That we forgot because she died, remember?
Goddamn Kingdom
That's what happened, right?
Kingdom Hearts is so weird. All those guys did was sit on a clock tower and eat ice cream all day.
It was lit. And kill a lot of like heartless.
That's what they did every day. I will never get over it. I want to do a Let's Play one day with all three of us.
So Shigaraki continues to do the most in the most horrific way possible.
Yeah, Mahito is just using people's bodies. There's one really gross panel we wish we could show you, but we can't. Where he throws a guy at Itadori, and then Itadori asks him if he's okay, and his swollen, gross curse head is like, yeah.
Lollipop ass head.
Lollipop head.
He just looked like he just ate an airhead.
Yeah.
Remember those?
Yeah.
When people would eat those and then their heads would blow up.
Oh my god.
He used his whole body for teleportation.
He looks so happy too.
He's so disrespectful. Yeah.
He looks so happy too to say yeah. This is like dumb little Patrick the Star smile. A big fan. Then this guy just explodes, blood all over Itadori, blinding him. And meanwhile, we cut back to Kugisaki in the midst of her battle with Mahito. They're battling. It's revealed that this Mahito double can't manipulate others' souls, but he can manipulate his own body. So he's basically got half of his original strength. But with that being said, and Kugisaki is just trying to hold off, but Mahito keeps trying to troll her. He's like, that won't work. And she's like, I know that. But sometimes you just got to try. And Mahito's like, so lame.
Yeah, this was really funny, actually.
I really like Mahito. I'm surprised he's not your favorite character yet. Because of the amount of shit he talks.
Did I say he wasn't? Who did I say?
You didn't say officially yet. I figured it would be him. But in any case, she's like using her hairpins around. First of all, Kugisaki is not afraid for a second. She's out here just like, she's like, oh, whatever. You're the main bad guy that I've been okay, I'll just throw fucking nails at you with my hammer. She uses her resonance and her hairpin all around. Her power is kind of like, it's a hard one to explain for me because it's been a while since I've seen her fight, but her main weapons are this nail and hammer, and she can essentially just like hammer your soul, and like she could basically do these voodoo things as well. She has like these voodoo dolls that she can smack them, and if she can connect them to your soul and then smash them, you take the damage of whatever of the golem that she uses. And she just does a lot of that, just stabbing into him. Stabbing his soul, essentially, which is a big deal for Mahito because that's kind of his bag, his soul manipulation. And she reveals like she's been thinking about it, and ever since like she's been told about his cursed technique, she's thought that her powers would be particularly useful against him. So she uses her resonance move, which is the thing she would use with the golem and the voodoo stuff. And she smashes a nail onto Mahito's head. And back at Itadori's battle, we can see that the resonance has affected him greatly. He's just like, argh! And it's, I think it's like in the shape of nails, like just pop out of his body. And Mahito, the original, doesn't know what's happening. He's just like, what? And somehow, like, Itadori knows it's Kugisaki immediately. And her powers are exchanges that because...
You can see the needles coming out of him. He's seen that ability before.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense. So he's basically... They explain that like because she used resonance, it hit the soul itself. And because this thing is a part of Mahito's soul, the damage that it takes can rebound back onto the original Mahito body. And then also... that damage that Mahito's original body takes rebounds double onto the clone. So the clone is double hurt. the clone is like, ah! And at this point, he's thinking to himself, Yuji Itadori isn't my only natural enemy. And, yeah. And from that, she realizes that, like, he's a double and not the original Mahito, and Mahito's just like correct.
He's definitely in his feelings.
And that's where the chapter ends.
This was a very excellent chapter, and I
agree.
It doesn't get the RGC, but
very close.
It's real close, and that's
I mean, I love that they didn't just establish her as stronger than him. Like, I like that they made an effort to logistically make her powers a natural deterrent to him.
Yeah. And, this was something she could have ran away from and said, okay, but she's going to reward it for her courage and for actually trying. Because you never know. Especially, I guess, like on a battlefield with demons and weirdo cursed energy. You feel me?
Yeah.
So it made sense, and it wasn't corny.
I loved it.
It's cool to see. It's cool to see screen time with her because they definitely kind of left her out completely.
Yeah, she hasn't been around.
Yeah, it seems like we all feel like it's nice to see that, and see her doing well.
Yeah, she's a very fun character. I like when she was more prominent. It was very fun to read her because she was a very confident and very like sure of herself character. It's very cool to see in shonen manga. But and especially she's essentially the female lead, and not in a love interest way, but just like she's the most important female character in the bunch right now. But yeah, fun chapter, man. This was like a quintessential like Jujutsu Kaisen chapter where it was like, this is how this series action really works. There are rules, and we try to make it. It's no like ass pull like, ooh, my power conveniently counters yours. It's just, this is how, by the rules that we set up, we logistically can make this person beat this person. Even though there's, in theory, a gap in power and in status in the series. But huge fan. Love Jujutsu Kaisen. Ready to move on, guys? It's time to randomize.
Son of a bitch!
Batman 3 Jokers. There's another long one. I'm going to try to summarize it as best I can. There's a weird scene in the beginning where the comedian Joker is having dinner with this family, and they're all afraid of him because he's the fucking Joker. He's fully in Joker garb, just being like, and you think he's just held this family hostage, but it's really the delusions in his own head. He's having like dinner with a destroyed teddy bear, and this like mannequin. Yeah. And criminal Joker comes in and is like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Bro, in his own mind though, he's imagining that he's abusive towards the family. He's creating this whole scenario in his mind. And he's like, "Yes, this is definitely the situation I want to walk into. This is favorable for me."
Yeah, you would think that he would make himself like a good dad.
It was just twisted on more levels than one.
He doesn't.
And I guess it's just to set the tone. Like they set the tone really well in these books.
Yeah.
Especially this artist. Yeah. He's the same guy that worked on Doomsday Clock, right?
No. Wait, is it?
Oh,
no, it's not. It's
the style is really similar.
Yeah, they have similar styles, but this is Jason Fabok, who drew a lot of Batman Eternal. He had.
Okay.
Yeah, he's very. I really enjoy his art. It's very like realistic and stuff. It's very cool. But anyway, criminal Joker comes in and is like, "The fuck are you doing, goofing around? We're not supposed to goof around." So let's go focus on the Batman, and then we cut to the clown.
So one of our other Jokers got smoked. You think this shit is a game?
Yeah. We cut to. Yeah, speaking of that, we cut directly to the Joker, the clown Joker, who has just been murdered by Jason Todd. He's literally on the ground, just with a big smile on his face, pool of blood underneath him. He's dead. There's no tricks here. He's gone. And we cut to this judge's office where this judge has been murdered. It looks like his dogs have been Jokerized as well.
Yeah.
And they're basically explaining that this judge in particular...
Are those Doberman?
I think so.
Is that a Doberman?
No, that's not a Doberman, right?
Doberman!
Oh,
yeah, I got to see the video. This old lady freaks the fuck out over a dog, and it's like a little harmless dog, and she's like screaming, "It's a Doberman!" Yeah. If you've seen it, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Okay, so basically this judge, his importance is that he is kind of corrupt in a way that, like, instead of sending these criminals to prison, he would send them to Arkham Asylum, which is not a prison and thus does not have, like, the necessary, things in place to keep villains like, Bane in. And, it's just, he's responsible essentially for what the revolving door that is Arkham Asylum. And he's been murdered for some reason. That's when Batgirl comes in and is like, yo, Jason Todd just smoked the Joker. And Batman's like,
He doesn't believe it.
Yeah, and they're just talking about what they're going to do about him. Like, Barbara's like, we got to, like, put him out of commission. We should have done this a long time ago. He's a little wild. He's been out here just murdering people in your name forever. And Batman's like, you don't understand. He's been killed, he actually died. And I'm like, I guess fair point. He has been, like, brutally murdered. And I guess I get it.
Everybody's died before in this
Not
world.
really. Not in Batman. When people die in Batman, it's not like Jason Todd was, like, a big deal death.
He came back after an event. You know what I'm saying? What was it?
He was dead for a long time. No,
Yeah.
he died. He came back on, like, just a random Batman story, like, years down.
No, well, they said that it was, I guess the retcon was that it was because of the crisis.
Oh, was it?
That he was brought. Yeah, they.
I thought it was the
I'm trying to
Lazarus
remember
pit.
what we read something recently where they talked about that.
Maybe it was Wally you're thinking of, because that's what happened to Wally, or Barry. Barry Allen came back as a result of a crisis, right? Or he died. No, he died as a.
Well, he did as well, but
whatever.
I can't quote the exact source.
Yeah. So essentially, like, they're looking for him, and Barbara's like, "Why didn't you just take him in and train him to be a better person?" And then she's just like, "I just hope that he'd be like you, and just figure it out, bro. Just stop being."
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
She's asking me a lot of questions, Barbara.
I don't know if you
there's 2 Jokers on the fucking loose.
Oh, really? You want to do family therapy right now? Right now? In the middle of a case?
I miss Alfred. I don't know where my wife is. My kid fucking hates me and never wants to come home. And
Alfred's still
and
alive.
you're telling me all this bullshit about Todd. I already know. I know he's a psychopath, all right? What the fuck you want me to do about it? I am too.
Yeah. Alfred's alive.
You're
in
okay.
story, man.
The fuck? You do something about it.
He rolls down his window and up his window.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Like, fuck, yo. This is like, you deal with him. Whatever. All right. It's bad. I'll talk to him later, but go check that nigga. I got work to do.
Yeah, so Red Hood has been out just, like, beating up people and interrogating them to find the Joker's location. He essentially finds them. Well, first, Batman goes to take a visit to Joe Chill, the man who killed his parents. And he's like, you know who I am. He literally...
He stuttered. That shit was so funny.
Yeah.
He said, you know who... you know who I am. That was actually really... That was really funny to me. But I didn't look at it like, oh, Batman, you little bitch-ass boy.
It's funny to like talk about. Like,
it was that was well written. That was that was well done.
No, yeah, the moment's great because this is the guy who turned him into who he is. So you'd think he'd be a little intimidated. It's a little weird to be talking to the man who killed his mom and dad. But he realizes that
because it's not even about fear. It's like just the mix of emotions in his head. So it's hard for him to kind of maintain that persona. Yeah. It was real. I liked it. It was. It was a good series.
Yeah, he opens his cell door, realizes that he's not there, and Barbara realizes, oh, I found him. Apparently, he's got stage 4 lung cancer or something, and he's dying for real.
Oh my God, Barbara, here we go again, minding this nigga's business, doing the most. She didn't even find Jason Todd yet. Like, what the fuck?
I told you to find Jason.
She could have texted him and been like, "Yo,
He's sick.
I figured out he's at the hospital. Get there. I'm still looking for Todd though." She had to go and personally tell Bruce, like, "Yeah, look at you. You're fucking dumb because there's no one here in their cell. He's actually at the hospital."
I think she was like, "You're dumb," but that's very funny. If she was just like,
Nah, she stepped to him. She stepped to him with the pretentiousness. I could see it written and illustrated very well.
yeah. So he's just standing there like, so.
She waited until after he kicked the fucking the bars in too.
Yeah, she waited till he stuttered to be like, he's like,
See, that whole situation was like, ooh,
yeah.
let him be a big man. I mean, that's the.
All right, dummy, you had your fun. Now come with me to the hospital wing.
Oh, Bruce, he's getting played, man. All right, anyway,
it's not fun. So
Joe Chill's dying.
Yeah, Joe Chill's dying. She asks him like, "What do you think? What do you think is his deal with the Jokers?" And Batman's like, "Again with the questions." And that's when we cut over to Red Hood like breaking into a public pool where the Joker's supposedly hanging out, and he finds a river full of people, I guess, bathing in the Joker acid.
A pool. A fucking pool of acid. Yeah, I guess Joker weirdo acid.
And they're all naked.
Chemical stuff.
I'm just like, do they have to be naked? Like, Joker wasn't naked when he fell into the acid.
Yeah, he wasn't. They could have. And they have to be realistic. You know what I'm saying? It could have. You know what? I could have seen Joker just for the sake of it, for being funny, putting clothes on them, maybe suits and tuxedos. Right?
Yeah. No, yeah, I totally understand. I think this is a little dramatic. But that's when one of them rises up. It looks like fucking Gollum. Just like, help me. And Jason Todd deadass just kicks him in the face really hard. And then he gets kidnapped. He gets snatched up by the other Jokers. And he's also naked now. And I don't know why. I don't understand. They tie him up naked to a chair. And I guess.
Oh, he gets caught up by the Jokers again, but this time he's grown and buck naked. Come on, Todd.
Yeah. So he's just sitting in the chair, and the Joker's asking him, like, so why would you be Red Hood? Because we were Red Hood. Why would you be Red Hood? And he's like, because it's a joke or something. It's like a symbolic thing that he was trying to do. And I also kind of always wondered that is why he went as the Red Hood. But I guess this makes sense. Yeah, they basically says like, we want you to be the new Joker. We wanted you to be the new Joker, but meh. You're not very impressed. We even made your Red Hood mask a little smile on it. We graffitied a smile on it.
Right.
Red Hood.
He's like, yeah, you ain't all that. You ain't got it. You too flip floppy. You're part of that bad family. You ain't about that shit. You need to stop jacking this title. That's honestly, if you ask me what happened, well, I'll address that a little bit later.
Yeah. I'll say this about like the smile mask. It's a little edgelordy, but I'm not mad at it. The smile that they put on his mask. I think it's cool. So that's when they're like, I guess we're going to kill you now. And then the comedian Joker in the background just takes up crowbar and starts smashing his brains in again. But he has his Red Hood helmet on, so it's like protecting him somewhat. And eventually that's when Batgirl and Batman kind of find him. First they get like mobbed by the Joker people that were in the fucking pool. They're all naked. Their dicks are swinging while they're trying to catch Batman, and their whole dick and balls are
That is what's happening. Yeah.
Batman's got to fight a bunch of naked people. It's not fun. It's not
doing well either, by the way. This is...
He doesn't want to
It's all very unsettling.
He doesn't want to accidentally touch their dick. He doesn't want to... He's like, no. But yeah, somehow one of them grabs like his belt and calls the car over, and they just get run over. Like 12 of them just get destroyed by the Batmobile, and I guess they're dead.
I guess Batman kills.
No, honestly.
Well, technically they killed themselves.
Yes,
right?
It was an accident. They took the belt off of him and they accidentally hit the button that summons the Batmobile. He's even like, no, he called the car.
Jesus.
But yeah, that's when they find Jason Todd on the ground. He's still alive. He is, just trying to kind of freaking out. He's kind of have like a PTSD episode, seeing as how he just relived his.
Nika asked him if he was all right, which I don't know. I mean, he's obviously not all right. Even if they didn't lay a hand on him, like to physically harm him, they tied him butt naked to a chair. That's gotta be upsetting to anybody, you know?
Yeah.
Unless you're really into that kind of shit, like Rihanna.
Yeah.
Then they'd be very okay. Either way, Bruce, he's slipping, man.
Yeah.
He's asking all the wrong questions, and he doesn't have any of the answers at all.
Yeah. So basically, they take Jason somewhere safe. He's resting in Barbara's room, and Batman's like, I'm going out again. And, Barbara's like, no, you should stay here and help us heal Jason. He's like, there are 2 Jokers out there. Just wild for respect right now. I have
2.
1 is bad enough. We have 2 simultaneously. So he bounces, and eventually Jason Todd wakes up, and he just peruses around Barbara's apartment to find like the stuff that she used during her time in a wheelchair, including her chronic pain management books. Her wheelchair is still there, and he asks her why she keeps all that stuff, and the reason is it's kind of like a therapeutic thing. It's about like kind of overcoming it, all that stuff. Very, very deep and sentimental. They have this moment where like they connect emotionally about his like. Jason never had that, at least. Like he was pretty much, because everybody thought he was dead. He didn't have like the Bat family around to help. He was just pretty much on his own. He never really felt like anybody cared about him. He's always been like the straggler of the Bat family, even though he shows up in Joker War and stuff like that. He's not the first person Bruce calls ever. So
yeah,
he's like he's felt alone. Him and Barbara have a moment where they kiss for a minute, and she's like, "No, it was a mistake," and he's like, "Oh."
Yeah, we're not gonna have an arc.
Weirdly enough,
right.
This is the worst part of my day. So yeah, then Batman's in his cave. I thought he was out looking for the Jokers, but he's just hanging out.
No, sitting on his, just looking at pictures of them,
looking at files, because he's a detective, and he's thinking about what's gonna happen next. But apparently, the next move, we cut to Joe Chill's cell, where they pick up Joe Chill, kidnap him in an ambulance, and the issue ends with a big full splash page of comedian Joker with the camera asking, "Why did you really kill Martha and Thomas Wayne?" And that's the end of the issue. I
guess we'll see. I mean, I thought he just did it because they were there. Didn't it have something to do with the Court of Owls, though? Didn't Scott Snyder say that it was kind of like a big deal?
Well,
like,
no. I think like what they established with the Court of Owls is that there's been attempts on Thomas's life, maybe, or maybe down the line there were Waynes that were killed by the Court of Owls, but Thomas was always killed by Thomas and Martha were always killed by Joe Chill. I'm kind of 2 minds of this.
2 minds.
I mean,
what if I told you I'm of 6 minds of this?
I'm a fan of the idea. I mean, maybe I'm willing to listen to the idea of there being something deeper with the Wayne's murder, but I'm also like, the whole point of it is that like Batman fights against crime because part of the complex is that his parents were these great and good people that were taken down by just some guy for no reason, for like money. That's not, it was supposed to be a random event that created something way bigger, and it's a strange thing to add meaning. It's the same thing when like they ever tried to connect their deaths to the Joker. That's kind of like a pet peeve of mine. I'm just like, they don't have to be connected that deep. You know? Like, we get it. Their relationship is already strong enough without that extra layer.
Yeah.
But
I agree.
I'm willing to see how this goes because I do like this story. I think it's pretty well written. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm trying to let go of my concerns about continuity and how much is this really all going to stick because of the timing of it and it being kind of a prestige format series. But overall, I'm very positive. This is pretty much coming out it's meeting or exceeding my expectations, if not. So I'm enjoying reading this. Did you wanted to say something, Josh?
Nope.
That's it? I thought you had things to say. You said you had 6 months.
I think there was something to do with I can't remember, man. Honestly, can't remember. There was something I was gonna. Cause I didn't want to spoil it, but I was gonna talk more about.
Do you remember what it had to do with?
Mm-mm.
Damn. Well, if you remember, feel free to just be like, oh, during whatever we cover next. And
All right.
yeah. So I guess with that being said, we're going to move along. Oh, boy. There you go. It is time to randomize.
The champ is here.
One Piece. This is One Piece chapter 991. Let Us Die. Pretty phenomenal title, I guess. Pretty dramatic. Last we left off, X-Drake turned turncoat. And was like, man, the Kaido forces are trying to kill me. Fuck them. I'm immediately switching sides. Well, essentially, he's already been a turncoat. So he's like a double agent. A triple agent at this point. So,
where he's a pirate, Navy person.
Well, he was a Navy person first. He was a Navy person first, and he was thought to have betrayed the Navy to become a pirate.
Only to still be working with the Navy.
Yes. And join Kaido's crew.
Kaido.
Yeah.
But is now betraying both Kaido and the Navy?
He's not betraying the Navy. He's kind of like...
Per se.
He's kind of like stuck. No, he's trying...
He needs allies, essentially.
Yes. He's literally about to die. He has no friends anywhere. So he has to link up with the person who's most likely to take him in, and that's Luffy.
And Kobe Bryant had told him that Luffy was great and that you can trust him. So I would have believed what he said as well.
You do realize I'm gonna call him Kobe Bryant.
That's fine. Rest in peace.
Huge fan. All right, yeah. Essentially,
well.
the reason he picks Luffy is because Kobe Bryant very much vouched for him, very aggressively. So he's basically like, Luffy's mad cool, man. If you get in trouble, he'll just link up with anybody. He'll just team up with whoever. He's just like, I can't tell you why I want to be friends, but I'd like to be friends. And then Zoro's immediately like, man, fuck you.
Someone has some kind of sense in their head to just not be gullible.
Not just someone. Literally everyone within earshot is like, no. As Frankie and Jinbei are like, Frankie, first of all, is like, I don't trust the guy who turns his coat that easy. And Jinbei is immediately like, stay away from Luffy, X-Drake. Even in a pirate's world, there's a code of honor. And I'm like, damn, nobody respects X-Drake. He's like I guess he is kind of like a liability, because if things go wrong with the Straw Hats, he could just say, fuck you guys, and fuck off. So I get the sentiment, but Luffy on brand is like, sure, he can join us. Why not?
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
He could chill with us for a little bit, like Vivi.
Yeah, like Vivi or, Kinemon.
Or the Samurai.
Yeah, Kinemon, whoever.
One of those guys, sure.
I fought Crocodile to the death.
For a little bit.
I fought Crocodile to the death, and, we're buds now.
Mm-hmm.
We're best friends.
Best buds.
So, that's when they don't really get a chance to really talk it out, because Ulti and Page 1 just come on through and just start fucking shit up. They're causing havoc. They're going straight for Luffy and the others, and that's when special fucking green star attack comes through and blows up in their face, and you know what time it is.
Damn, dude.
Yeah,
Sanji development time. Usopp.
Ulti turns around.
You know how how long it's been since Usopp has done anything?
It has been a long time.
When we seen her through the building, man.
Yeah, Dressrosa.
We was all excited. Oh man,
this was the first time in a long time that he's even said an attack move. So it feels good, man.
Yeah, he blasts her, and then Ulti turns around and is like, "Who did that?" And all we see is Nami, who seems to be talking, but not really. Is Nami just talking mad shit? But we find out that it's just Usopp behind her, just saying that it was her, essentially. And they just start running away because they are who they are, and both Ulti and Page One are going after them. So I guess that's their battle, and I'm like, "Fuck yes, let's go!" Ulti and Page One versus Nami and Usopp.
Yeah, because they weren't. I guess that's what that little clash was before, to show that they wasn't soft. So I guess this is a nice matchup. They're going against, Toby Roppo. They're a big deal.
It's pretty good.
They're like, they're the first crewmates, basically.
Essentially.
Right? Of Kaido.
Yeah, there's like I think there's the lead performers, which are like King, Queen, and Jack, and then the Toby Roppo, I think. But, yeah, as Luffy...
Man, speaking of Jack...
Oh, wait, we're not even there yet, because Luffy dashes forward, and Luffy is immediately met by Scratchman Apu, who uses his slash thing, but the weakness to his power is that if you don't hear it, it doesn't affect you. But Scratchman Apu can affect people in other ways. He just calls out to one of the numbers. He calls to...
3 of them, actually. Jackie, Goki, Juki.
Oh, man. And then he calls Hacha, who laughs, Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha, Ha-cha-cha-cha, Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Ha-cha-cha-cha-cha-cha.
Like he's a fucking Pokemon or something. Bro, Oda is a wild nigga, man. He smokes weed, does acid. He's doing all of that shit, but he's probably on a very healthy diet, so it doesn't affect him too much. He only does it when he's just thinking about stuff.
I mean, this is unfortunate, but Oda's actually sick right now. There's going to be a 2-week hiatus on One Piece because of Oda's come down with the sickness.
What kind of sickness, man?
It's not really. They didn't really talk about it. I'm hoping to God it's not COVID. I hope not, and I hope he makes.
I hope it's not anything serious at all.
Yeah. I don't think it's anything. I think he's just kind of under the weather. It happens. But I'm hoping that, at the end of the 2 weeks, he's fine. Praying for Oda. But in any case, back to his wonderful story. Hacha comes through and is like, Hacha. And Luffy's like, okay, I guess I'm going to have to fuck up another one of these guys. And Hacha just takes a look at Frankie, and Frankie's in his robot, and he's just like, cool, robot toy. And he starts chasing Frankie. So I guess Frankie's going to fight this Hacha dude real fast. And then maybe he'll go up against the Toby Roppo person. But meanwhile, Zoro and X-Drake are still going at it. Zoro's like, I don't want to fucking have you on our team. And Scratchman Apu is just running around doing some stuff, so they slash him instead. And he starts talking shit. Scratchman Apu's like, yo, Drake, I heard about you. Now you're going to leech off that tiny little pirate crew?
He's taking mad shots, bro. You were supposed to be with them. Yeah. You wasn't supposed to be on the other side like that.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be giving it up filthy.
Yeah.
With the straw hats, man. Come on.
I like how the X-Drake responds to it. It's like, I always hated this guy. I fucking hate this guy.
Yeah.
This guy's mad annoying.
Which is sad, because I always thought it was really cool, man.
I did too.
All right. I guess he's supposed to be an unlikable character or whatever.
I guess I could see, I like him too, but I think I could see how, like, in the story, people find him annoying and just a massive shit talker.
Get it. No, it makes sense. It was a cool moment for Drake.
Yeah. And Zoro's like, yeah, I hate him too. Let's team up. So that's all I needed is mutual hate for another man. And they agreed to team up, and that's when bullets rain down from the sky, and Queen's got a fucking minigun. And everybody's like, X-Ray's like, oh, you think those bullets are enough to kill me? Wait, unless these bullets are ... I think they're sea stone.
These bullets.
I think they're sea stone prism.
So
they're what?
Sea stone bullets.
Really?
That's my theory. I think they're sea stone bullets.
So is this going to be is Zoro's battle going to be against Apu and Queen then?
I would think that Zoro's going to go up against Queen and X-Drake's going to fight Scratchman Apu. Which is cool. I mean, I guess it would be cool dinosaur versus sound man thing. You know what it is? In his T-Rex form, he won't be able to reach his ears because T-Rex arms are too tiny. So he won't be. He's gonna have to fight. Take all his attacks.
So think about that.
Frankie's battle is against a giant. That's cool.
An ancient giant.
That's gonna be lit.
Which is essentially Oars. He's fighting Oars right now, by himself.
3, 2, 1. Ha! No, yeah, I wasn't.
I didn't know what you were doing. You can't just count down to things and expect me to be like.
Right. So I'm guessing that the other Straw Hats that leaves Sanji, Robin, and Jinbei, right, and Luffy.
Chopper.
Oh yeah, and Chopper.
Yeah.
So there's obviously Sanji's probably gonna fight King, right?
Yes, but there are also 4 other Tobi Roppo.
So plenty of fight to go around.
Yes, and that doesn't even scratch the surface of whoever Big Mom brought with her. So
Jesus, this arc is fucking nuts.
Yeah, One Piece
it just keeps getting crazier and crazier.
One Piece is not ending in 5 years. It's just not. Look how long it takes to establish like one-on-one battles here, and
that's all I see on Facebook too. That's annoying.
Yeah, people are latching onto weird stories. But in any case, back to the top of the mountaintop and at Onigashima at the battle against Kaido. Jack is still getting fucked up and like
bad.
I gotta say this, like Jack has done nothing but get his fucking lunch eaten on a constant basis. Like I haven't seen him do anything cool. He's never really fucked anybody up in any like.
We heard stories of him.
He didn't even do that,
but he ambushed the Zoe. Honestly, it was kind of.
And they didn't even do that bad against him. Like they fought back against him for being ambushed. They like hurt him and stuff. But yeah, they were just like he's just standing there, a big dumb mammoth, just standing around taking hits because I guess it's really hard to fight as a big woolly mammoth. But yeah, he falls finally, and Kaido's like, "That's enough." He basically throws in the towel for him. He's like, "Stop it! He's had enough."
Right.
He's learning.
Like, all right. You lost. All right.
Damn.
I got it. But now you got to deal with it.
Yeah,
big bro.
Hey, I mean, I gotta give Kaido some.
That was pretty cool. I like that. He wasn't like, "You must perish since you're weak."
Yeah.
And he's like, "No. You nice. I ain't about to lose you these whack ass samurai. Let me just get rid of them real quick."
Yeah.
But
he basically was like, Jack is one of my handpicked lead performers. I will not stand back and watch as one of my most valuable men is killed. And Jack's like, "I have failed you." He's like, "No, this does not make you weak. They're just that strong." And we just get a 2-page spread showing Cat Viper and Dogstorm in their full Shishi Leon
straight from
Sulong
Toriko.
Yeah, Sulong powers. Right. They look cool as shit. I love
They really do, man.
I love Cat Viper. Like Cat Viper.
Yeah, Cat one looks the coolest.
Yeah, for sure. He's like out here like, yeah. He's so excited.
Ooh, yeah. Ooh. I'm so happy about this conflict.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, their Sulong power has caused grievous losses. And
grievous losses.
Yeah, apparently both sides have taken each other out pretty much, except for, Kaido and Jack.
Is there some type of repercussion to the Sulong ability?
No, not that we've seen. There's no like drawback or bounce back. It just kind of lasts.
It's just only at a certain period of time, like bloodbending.
Yeah, you in a full moon it activates no less. It's basically
Yeah.
It's the same rules of bloodbending. Well, not really. You could use bloodbending
except for Yakone. And his 2 kids. All right, no more
Korra.
Korra
Korra references. So
Yeah.
So
Kaido uses fire blast.
wait. Kinemon is like
He thinks he's gonna be super.
wait. First of all, Kinemon says we're grateful to the Mink Warriors, and Kaido says, and he's like, now run, tire, and perish. I'm eager to see how many of these you can evade. And he charges up his fire, and he does blast breath, big fireball, and Kinemon can cut through fire, right? So he's just like, man, I'm not scared of you, Foxfire style.
He's like,
flame
bro, evading was never even the that was never even an option,
He
dog.
said-
How about this?
He said it never even occurred
So
to
he
me.
finally uses his flame, his whatever, his fruit,
Yeah, it was
magic fruit.
whose fruit?
Devil fruit.
No, that's
His
not
magic
Different
fruit.
because it's something.
It's
else.
not his fire-
Wizardry,
it's not his
'cause they're
fruit.
Wano.
It's not his fruit.
Oh,
Kinemon just has a specific style. That's
it's just
able to-
Foxfire style.
Well, it's like Zoro being able to cut through metal. He's able to
Sure.
cut through fire.
Okay.
He already has a devil fruit.
No, he does.
Can
He
can
knows
anybody just cut through fire though? Like
No, not like Kinemon.
that. I mean, yeah.
he like
He
slices it like a
he
cucumber.
separates
Yeah, no,
it,
like,
yeah.
picture it, yeah.
That was the interesting, like imagine a cucumber being a beam shot at you, and just you have your knife and it just splits. That's exactly what happened.
But yeah, pretty much. I mean, he basically plays Fruit Ninja with fire.
Mhm.
That's his vet.
With this guy, with one of this guy's special moves,
He goes like,
treats it like some average weak henchman attack.
yeah.
Divides it, parts the seas. Yeah, so that was it, right?
And the rest of the Ayakaza 9 are basically
Kaido's
like
mad.
the rest of the Ayakaza 9 shout at the top of their lungs that they're ready to die, and that's where the chapter ends. And One Piece will be off for 2 weeks. So sad. But
Yeah, feel better.
Can we
over
RGC this?
I'm trying to think.
it.
Wow, that's surprising coming
Almost.
from you. First of all,
I'm only not giving it that. Oh, from Brian, right? That is. Oh,
That's
you can
surprising
RGC
coming
it
from
if
you.
you'd like. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll RGC
It doesn't have to be
this.
unanimous.
all right.
Sure.
Yeah, we could give you a RGC. This is Brian's
This-
certified really good chapter.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
I'm
For what it's worth, this was third place for me.
The reason why I give this an RGC is because like it's just setting. It's like obviously there's been a lot of setup for shit, right? And in this chapter, it just makes you excited for like what's to come. Like it really
Yeah.
reels you in. Like when I was reading this chapter, I'm like, oh shit, we
Yeah,
going
everyone
back,
was starting
baby.
to split up and stuff.
Yeah,
Everybody's starting to get their fucking assignments.
Yeah. Yeah, it's about to be man coverage
What
up in here.
again? Whatever the fuck that shit was called. Water
Water
7?
Seven, yeah.
You know.
Yeah,
You know what it's called.
it brings me back to those times like when One Piece was like that, and I fucking love those split off like team up battles and everything. Oh man, I'm so
Yeah.
excited for the next chapter.
And they're all unique in their own way.
Yeah.
And like sometimes it's straight up like skill, and sometimes it's a lucky circumstance, and it just works out. Because there's luck. This is what I think Oda does really well when it comes to that specifically. When he's not straight up serious combat 1-on-1, he evens out the luck and misfortune a lot. And you could argue that there was so much misfortune for the Straw Hats when they got to Wano. Like a lot was stacked against them, and things that could have went better did not go good.
Yeah. Like
So,
literally Luffy
you know.
just got one-shotted by Kaido first thing.
Oh man, he thought.
Yeah.
I thought.
So excited. Man, I don't know why I'm hesitating as well. I just think there might be a better chapter for me right now.
I know there's a better chapter for me for selfish reasons as well, and I'll own it when we get to it.
All right. Oh, I know what your RGC is. But
No spoilers, Christian.
with that being said, it is time for us to randomize. Dark Knight's Death Metal Multiverses End. Okay, this is, I guess, the shorter title.
Batman.
Bet me. Okay. I mean, at this point,
So I guess this is the Green Lantern version of their books. Like I Did everyone kind of get like a book and I didn't notice this?
This is
like Multiverse Heroes / Green Lantern.
yeah, okay, so
Like Speed Metal was all about the Flashes, right? And
yes.
then you had one about the Trinity, and then we have the Crises and
the crises.
anyways.
So
who cares?
essentially there have been 3 plans put into motions in order for this whole perpetual thing to end. One of which is John Stewart was assigned to take a team of heroes across the multiverse to destroy the tuning forks across these evil universes that Perpetual.
Wait a second. Wow. Okay. First of all, I wanted to say this. Back with the Jokers, with the 3 Jokers.
Did you figure it out?
I think that I remember what I was gonna say. So, they really wasn't feeling the fact that he named himself Red Hood. So I think they literally beat the Red Hood out of him. I think we're gonna see a different Jason Todd in the future.
I would hope. If this is actually,
I would hope so too. I think this is gonna be transformative for him. Probably for a lot of the Batman family members.
Yeah, it all depends on like how much they take this story into continuity.
Yeah, man. I mean, they stripped him and beat him again. So there's like now transform into something different, but don't be a Joker because you suck at it. Try to be a better Batman or something so we can have some entertainment.
Blue
so yeah,
Hood.
that was that. And
so yeah, multiverse.
You know what? Yeah, multiverse end. Okay.
Okay, so the Green Lanterns were assigned to gather a group of heroes and go to the remaining universes, which are essentially like the evil universes that Perpetua is drawing her power off of. She's allied herself with the more evil versions of DC characters in order to accomplish her goals.
The darkest.
And
one of them is being a very, very salty owl man. Oh boy, the sodium levels were way up.
You're right. It's crazy.
I was very satisfied. Not gonna lie, I liked it. I'm jumping ahead, but Stewart uses the word petty in a very applicable way, and man, let's just say it touched a lot of soft spots. That's where we'll leave it at.
here's what happened. John Stewart starts off the issue already captured in Earth 3, which is the home of the crime syndicate, which are basically...
He looks mad cool because he got the green eyes from the Green Lantern power.
Yeah.
I like when they do that.
Yeah. Oh, first things first, I love this art for some reason. It's not like super detailed or anything, but it's nice and it's very expressive and cartoony, and I really like this a lot.
Yeah.
This art is like one of my favorite.
Yeah, the art. Yeah, it was the the oversimplified cartoony done well.
Yeah, for sure.
He had just enough detail.
For sure. Okay, so John Stewart was captured by Owlman, who is the evil version of Batman. It's Bruce Wayne that dedicated his life to evil. He is an owl. He's Owlman, and he's just
saltier than the sea itself.
God damn it, he is so fucking salty, dude. He's essentially like, yes, we've teamed up with Perpetua to fuck you guys over. And I am the greatest strategist of this universe, so, nothing.
And I'm saltier than a 10-pound bag of sunflower seeds.
And John Stewart
I'm so mad. Wait till you find out why.
And he's like, I could shoot you right now and end your life and have Perpetual win, but I won't. And he's like, why? And he's like, because I'm the best version of Batman.
Said, fuck out of here.
Batman who laughs.
The Batman who laughs. You know when people write the text in the big letters and small letters? They really should have did that. But they gave him bold text instead. That was fine. That was enough for me. But they kind of, could have made it better.
It's so funny. He's really...
And John Stewart's just looking at him like,
dude.
All right, and you gonna kill me, bro? Because I don't want to fucking hear this shit no more.
And he's like, you need to convince me not to kill. It's crazy how he's so petty.
Yeah, it's like, give me a reason to not kill you. Tell me the story. and remind the readers too, because I know damn well they don't fucking know what's going on. I'm kind of on that.
I appreciate them every opportunity.
I appreciated Owlman very much. I like his energy. He has purpose, and he assisted us.
Yeah.
Someone's becoming one of my favorite characters.
Oh yeah. I gotta put up a petty alert for whenever a very petty character comes on and it's Josh's favorite character.
Yeah, it's like the dude from My Hero Academia.
It's so funny.
Forget his name.
So yeah, he's like, I know that like I really don't want to help Perpetua, but you also have to convince me why I should betray her. And that's when we cut over to Earth X in Detroit, because I guess like Earth X is just Detroit.
It's in the D. It's in the dirty D.
It's in the Motor City.
It makes sense. That's what shit does pop off fast. So why not with superheroes too, right? And villains.
Yeah. Apparently, Green Lanterns he's fighting a Superman right now. Like a Nazi Superman. And apparently, Green Lanterns have...
Trying really hard.
He has the ability to, like... Apparently, the Green Lanterns have, like, the ability to give off similar radiations to certain objects, like kryptonite. So he tunes his ring to kryptonite mode, and he just smacks the shit out of the Superman.
Well, he says that his ring can match the frequencies of his universe of kryptonite. Maybe it's harder to do it or impossible to do it based on the normal Earth 1.
Yeah. I didn't know that was a
right? Is it Earth 1 or Earth 0 that our normal heroes are from? I forget.
I don't really know. It's kind of confusing to me.
Hold on, I'm confused. Why is there a Nazi Superman?
There's an alternate universe where the Nazis won, and there's a Nazi Superman.
Yeah.
And Superman is a Nazi?
Yeah, he landed in in what was just Soviet America, I guess, or maybe he landed in Russia instead.
No, that's Red Sun.
That's Red Sun, isn't it?
They're not Nazis.
Oh, that's Red Sun. No,
Earth
he landed
X
in
is
Germany in this one.
Earth X is where I believe the Freedom Fighters came from. They come from a universe where the Nazis won World War II, and their Justice League is essentially like a resistance force. And I guess this is where that Superman comes from. So he knocks the shit.
But Superman was all right.
Yeah, he knocks the shit out of the Superman Nazi. And we get this little moment where Iris West, who is an alternate version of Kid Flash, comes through and is like, I'm trying my best. And my boy...
I hear dead people talking to me.
Josh thinks Owlman...
She did say that.
Yeah, basically. Josh thinks Owlman might be his favorite character. My favorite character comes onto the scene real... It's Captain Carrot, boy.
Captain Carrot!
Dude, we have a history with Captain Carrot.
Listen, he ain't on the level as Owlman right now at the moment, but he's an OG for sure.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I'm pretty sure he has the cereal out or something. I know it.
Yeah,
I know I seen it the other day.
So basically, he's the nicest boy around. He's just...
Oh, yeah, the sweetest guy ever. Yeah, sweetest rabbit.
He goes up to Iris West and gives her a whole pep talk, and it's the most inspiring thing I've ever read. He's... even like it takes away her trauma from hearing dead people, and she runs off to accomplish her mission. And Guy Gardner's like, "Damn, thanks, Captain."
He's the fucking man.
He's the fucking man. I can't believe he's the fucking man. Apparently, Kyle Rayner is on Earth 29, and he recreates the sun with his Green Lantern ring. And I'm like, all right,
okay. Ion, I guess.
I mean, yeah, Ion, but
sure.
He's not Ion anymore.
He's not, exactly.
I forgot Kyle Rayner was a thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's the point, though. I mean, the Green Lantern ring is just has no limits. It's willpower. That's the whole point, right?
Yeah.
There's no limit to willpower. Is there a limit to anger? I guess your head would just fucking explode, or you'd have a hemorrhoid. I don't know, right?
Yo, dude.
You can't die from too much willpower.
I mean, the Hulk has no limit to anger, right?
Screw that. Wow.
He could just get more and more and more.
If he got a Red Lantern ring, he'd push the limit so hard, man.
Yeah.
He'd probably create new abilities for that shit and everything. Oh, that's a cool what if.
So we get a little recap of the story so far with Jon Stewart explaining to Owlman what's going on. My favorite panel, I'll try to edit it in here, is Perpetua's like, they show the part where they sealed Perpetua away in the source wall which started this whole mess, is when the Justice League broke the Source Wall and let Perpetua free. They sealed her. She's between these rocks, like struggling.
The very really hard, like
the very next panel is my favorite. Is one of my favorite panels. Her face is just like, it's so great. Yeah. I want to get this as my wallpaper for my phone. It's so fucking funny. The face she makes. I love this artist. Huge fan. So we get this whole thing, this whole backstory. We cut back to Earth X as Captain Carrot is taking the time out of his day to escort all of the denizens of Earth X and hug every child that comes up to him and comforts them because he's a giant rabbit and is adorable. He is best boy, and don't you ever fucking argue with me about that. And
he's a good boy.
And then after everybody walks away, he finally lets loose his trauma. He gets this big panel where it's just his face, his big bunny eyes, and he's crying, and I'm like, Captain Carrot, no! And I can't handle it.
Captain Carrot.
And then we get like what happened to him in between all this when Perpetua showed up, and apparently Perpetua just up and killed everybody he loves.
Yeah, she had to do it herself because the laws of the world is like weird and
yeah,
not as normal as everybody else is.
Yeah, they operate under.
What can I say, right?
They operate under cartoon physics.
So she had to surgically destroy them all.
Yeah,
with her godly powers, and it was the Carrot Man himself. There's just no match. I guess he got out in the nick of time or whatever.
The heroes.
And she blew up his whole planet. God damn.
Yeah, the heroes of alternate universes came and found him and took him to the House of Heroes, which she also blew up. So they just jumped from planet to planet saving people, and he's just like been carrying this burden this whole time. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, poor boy. So Guy Gardner's like, don't worry, man, we're gonna fuck this shit up, dude. We're gonna take care of it. And that's when Perpetua just shows up, her big face in the air, and she's like, I think not. And Captain Carrot goes like, not Perpetua.
Not again. This is exactly what happened before.
Yeah. That's when she brings an alternate universe Batman that I guess has a team of Lantern Batmen from all different types of color. It's a weird idea.
Yeah. The Rainbow Corps, which is actually, all right.
I think it's a play on the Rainbow Suit.
What Rainbow Suit?
Way back, a long time ago, Batman wore a rainbow suit for an issue for some reason. It was like part of a story, like he had to wear it for some reason.
He had to wear it. It wasn't like a fashion choice.
Brian, can you Google the Batman rainbow suit and tell us what the fuck was that about? Because I think that's what this is playing off of. But anyway, these Batmen have different lantern rings, and they start fucking shit up. They're pretty strong. It's a pretty big deal. And that's when at some point, Jon Stewart finally finishes the story. And then Owlman is like, you're telling me I'm not even the real Owlman? And that's...
What?
What are you talking about?
What Jon Stewart does is basically explain the order of the events that took place and retconning how Perpetua influenced each of these major events from even back in the day before we was even born and stuff.
All that stuff.
And how she's been slowly orchestrating this so that she can be released and be all powerful.
Yeah. So Owlman goes and Googles on the Harbinger thing.
Damn, even the parallax. I didn't even know that was part of.
Yeah, I didn't know either.
That was cool. That was interesting.
All right. So you guys want to know?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So apparently, Dick Grayson got hit by a fucking car while trying to save a girl once, and he had a broken arm. So Batman started wearing like different colored suits to distract people from Robin.
What?
One day he was wearing like a red suit. One day he was wearing a blue suit. One day he was wearing a gold suit. And then all of a sudden,
why?
he's wearing a fucking rainbow suit.
Wait, why would he need to distract anybody from Robin?
Why
I
didn't
guess
just
no, because
retire
he
Robin
didn't.
and then
He didn't
go
want
to the
anybody to
world?
see that he had a broken arm or some shit. I don't know.
Oh, so it was like funny? Like it was like a
I mean, I
comedy
guess
thing?
like it was the 30s, so maybe they
Batman
didn't-
explains he was worried that Dick's publicized injured arm might be noticeable even when he's in costume. So the Dark Knight made a series of increasingly distracting suits to draw the public's attention away from Robin.
God, old comics are stupid. Batman was a dick. He didn't even let his stepson, just like take a day off.
Wait. Here's a panel from the comic itself.
can't do it.
Robin's like, "But Batman, last night you wore the green costume, and tonight you're wearing the red. Why?" And Batman's like, "I must, Robin. I must wear a different colored Batman costume each night."
Damn.
All right. Well, there you go. That was the more you know, I guess. Wow. Okay, so Owlman basically Googles himself and is like, "Harbinger, tell me, what the fuck? Am I the first? What happened to the other Owlmen?" And she explains that the other Owlmen were like killed in subsequent crises, and that's when like Owlman gets a fucking huge smile on his face. He's like, "Wah!" And Green Lantern and John Stewart's like, "What? What now? What crazy shit are you about to say now?" And Owlman's like, "I just understood something crucial." And he's basically like, "I'll help you out because even if I die here, as long as Perpetua is gone and the multiverse exists, I'll exist." And John Stewart's like, "All right, if you want, whatever works for me, dude." So basically, he just goes up and he betrays his team. Owlman just like frees John Stewart, walks up to the crime syndicate, shoots Ultraman and Superwoman in the face, and he's just like, "Ha!"
I was happy as hell about that too.
He's like, "Ha!"
Like, didn't the shorty have your baby or something like that? No, she lied to all of them, and she had this kid's baby. Someone else's baby. Oh, it was
She had
wild,
Darkseid
yo.
over
It was
again.
wild. She lied to all of them.
No, she had Darkseid
Huh?
over again. Like she just had Darkseid.
No, Darkseid got turned into a baby.
Yeah, I think wasn't he the baby? Anyway.
Oh shit, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, he was a baby.
Damn.
I remember the Wonder Woman run that resulted in that, which was pretty cool. Recommended.
Yeah, it was actually really interesting.
Okay, so Green Lantern comes up, is like he's here to help, and Owlman is like, "Bats aren't welcome on Earth 3."
Only ow.
And he just suicide bombs himself and the rest of this world. And Perpetua's face is like, "Rah!" You know, she doesn't take it well. It's not great. So, you know, day is saved. They saved pretty much a bunch of people from the tuning fork, and now they're off to help people with Captain Carrot in hand.
Yeah, she's not defeated, right? This is just kind of like
she just
they've had a success.
Yeah, they had a really good success. So they did the thing.
Okay, but she's still out there and needs to be beat.
Yeah, this was a very fun issue to me. I had a good time with it. Why is there not a Captain Carrot in the Zoo Crew book yet?
And what happened with John Johns and
That's Justice League.
Lex Luthor and stuff?
That's Justice League. We'll get that when Justice League comes out again. You look disappointed.
Okay.
Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. I think no.
And then there was the stuff with the three superheroes on the
Yes.
where the crises were, right? That's still happening, right?
Yes.
Okay, just making sure.
I almost gave this a VGI, but this was let's say this is second place. I really did enjoy reading this. Had a good time with it. The art's awesome. I want to see more from this guy.
Absolutely.
But in any case, that's all I gotta say. Want to move on?
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got a big one ahead. So let us.
Conchu.
Yes, Conchu. But let us randomize.
Oh no.
My
No, please.
hero.
No!
Chapter 200.
Before we say anything else, I called it. I won. I'm the winner. I'm the best.
Okay.
This is Josh Cole.
Didn't we all call it at one point?
Nope.
All right.
Just me. Alone. By myself.
Okay.
Nobody was there.
I did some extensive research for this one.
Did you now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No, I think we all kind of said that this seems like what's gonna happen, or maybe something big is gonna happen for him.
Yeah.
At least.
Yeah.
Oh,
last we left off.
Whatever. Should we?
Yeah, we left off.
Just...
Deku was like trying to destroy Shigaraki with all of his powers, and he's still going. He's throwing all kinds of United States.
And Shigaraki's still maintaining, still throwing his guard up, still regenerating slowly.
Slowly but surely, still doing it.
Izuku is just like bringing him back. Blah, blah, just trying to, I don't know, beating the fucking dust. He's trying his hardest, yo, and he's breaking his arms in the process. It's really bad. He's hitting him with all the different states of America. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is really cool. And Bakugo's on the ground just like being like, all right, well, we don't know how long his power is going to hold out, so we got to get moving right now. What he's not going to have Endeavor waste any of his fire going up because he's going to blast him into the air. Todoroki's job is to keep Endeavor cool to the very last moment so he can preserve as much fire as possible. And Rocklock has got to stay there and just, watch everybody else. And he does so. So he flies off into the air and he listens to he has like little flashbacks about about his talk with All Might. And I'm not sure what this is supposed to mean because he has this flashback where he's basically the one who created One for All, right? Isn't it an offshoot of his power? And I'm like, is he talking about All for One? Or is he, I don't know, I'm not sure what he's
I think he's trying to say that One for All is an offshoot of
One for All's power.
The quote unquote evil power, right?
Right.
And so that, even though it's something to look up to, it's also, kind of like this cursed situation.
Yeah.
Since it came from such a bad source. It's kind of weird. I'm not gonna act like it was enlightening and wow, such clarity.
Yeah.
I get it. It made sense.
Yeah, so essentially he remembers that what happened to All Might and that he's seeing the same thing happening to Deku. And finally they catch up to him. Endeavor just pulls him in a fucking lock. And he says, "Get away from me." And he goes, "Prominence burn." And then he just explodes, essentially. Big fire. Shigaraki is really burnt up right now. And then we get a panel where a hand reaches out. And it says, "Tomura, lend me your body." And I'm
Master Hand from Smash Bros. He's returned.
That's his new quirk.
Remember all those ass beatings you gave me?
That's one of his quirks.
I'm going to ruin your manga.
Yeah.
How about that? Fuck y'all niggas.
Yeah.
Brian doesn't find any of this funny. I'm going to see why.
No, he is hurt.
Yeah.
Okay, so
anyways.
It's obviously...
So Endeavor's attack isn't enough. He's a chump-ass number one ass hero.
Well, it's not even that. It did work, but then that's when One for All, or All for One, stretches out his hand and says, "Tomura, lend me your body." And he essentially All for One takes over Shigaraki's body, and that's why this happens. He's able to use Shigaraki's body. He reaches out. You can hear him whispering little brother, and that's when he uses these tendril quirks that we've seen All for One use. Just shoot out. And at that moment, we get a big panel of Bakugo peeping this. And at that moment, there were no thoughts in my head. Thoughts in my head. My body just moved on its own. In a big 2-page spread where Bakugo takes the tendrils straight through the gut and through the shoulder. And we get a big number page saying chapter 285. Katsuki Bakugo Rising.
Taking a page out of Bleach's book, mind you.
I mean,
He didn't lose that much blood, though. So I'm going to tell you guys this. Literally, I'm reading this again, and I don't think he's gonna die.
I also don't think he's gonna.
I just think he's gonna be out the game for a while.
Yes, I agree.
I really, really made a big deal of this, and I was like, "Oh my god, he killed him! Like he stabbed him mad times." But now that I'm looking, I'm like, "All right, it's." I don't know. Did he pierce his heart? Your heart's on the left side of your body.
It looks like his gut.
But
Real
that's
quick.
like
Went straight through his gut.
Okay.
Do you guys
Real
know
quick.
what quirk this is?
No.
That's the same quirk that he used he used those tendrils to go into that space guy. You know, the one that ended up being this dude's friend from back then and activated his own quirk.
Yeah. So
imagine he makes Bakugo blow up. Oh my god!
People are theorizing. People are theorizing that this is for the forced quirk activation quirk.
Oh, it is.
So,
oh my god!
So if he gets it inside of Bakugo, he could use Bakugo's cannons probably against other people, like Bakugo's
Well,
quirk.
You think he's gonna take his power away from him?
I don't think this quirk takes away quirks. It just forces you to use your quirk.
Oh yeah, okay, all right. Just making
So
sure.
he would actually have to
exactly
take it himself.
Bro, yeah, he might turn Bakugo into a bomb, and then that would be real greasy.
Well, here's the
If
thing:
that's
is
how he
that
dies, and it blows him up from like, oh my god,
you couldn't do
man.
that because Bakugo's explosions come from the sweat that's emitted from his palms. It's not on his whole body. Like his whole body.
Oh, okay, so it's only from his hands.
Yes,
Okay.
from the sweat that emits from the palm of his hand. So unless he just makes Bakugo slap his face and then blow himself up, I don't think. And that would be a pretty dramatically sloppy way to do it. It's so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna die here. I think this was supposed to be just like the biggest character moment for Bakugo. I could be wrong. But it doesn't.
I agree 100%. If I may, I think that was this is the moment that I was looking for, and it wasn't mad. You know, it wasn't something rushed. It was like no, like this is what it took. All of these little things, you know, culminated to him saying, "Nah, I got to protect Deku. Like that's my guy, yo. That's my homie." And I was fucked up, so I owed this to him.
285
to be a
chapters
friend.
of character development, and this is what.
285 chapters. That's fair. That's fair.
It's pretty good.
Also, this was such
well done
a chapter for Bakugo. Like such a chapter.
VGC, by the way. I guess that yeah.
Josh is very good, really good issue, and also mine.
RGC,
Certified, really good chapter.
Certified RGC. Certified RGC. Certified RGC.
Real quick, if Bakugo survives this, like this chapter kind of cements him as like there's no way in hell this dude is not going to become the #1 hero if he survives this shit, you know? Just the way that he
Bakugo
like leads, the way that he led, and
you
the
know
way
what
that he thinks.
I like that. My bad to kind of. Did you want to say anything else?
No.
I agree 100%, and I'll say he because one of y'all mentioned this before, but y'all said that it's more like y'all seem like Bakugo is more like Endeavor's kind of heir. You know what I'm saying? And like maybe they can have some more development with each other, or it'll be a matter of like, oh, like this is somebody that did finally surpass like with their own power that was greater than the All For One. You know what I mean? That could be something that's cool in the future, like for his character. I think that's spot. That's cool to catch that, and I agree. But I'm gonna tell you this: I think he's for sure surviving because it seems like he's narrating this. I didn't notice that when I first read that. But he's saying at that moment.
That's true.
That makes no sense that he's gonna like. What the fuck is he narrating in this actual moment? That doesn't. I hope that's not what it is, because that's mad silly.
It's also a callback to the first chapter when Deku saved him.
Oh.
So there's that.
Oh, you not peep that? Yeah, that's basically what it is.
I did not peep that. That was sharp, guys.
Yeah, it was the same thing as like when Deku ran in to save him from the mud guy. No thoughts, just action. It was pretty cool. I think and you know, that's like kind of like the cross section between these two characters is that Bakugo, they're trying to take each other's traits and apply it to each other because they're each missing what the other one has in order to be one great hero. Bakugo's thing was like his whole thing is that he wins and that's how he saves. He saves by winning. I think that was the thing is
Yeah, we're
Midoriya
just an
saves by
execution
hitting.
and skill and just getting the job done and not really,
Yeah.
thinking about the empathetic side of it or
Right. He wins by saving.
or the community part of it, Yeah, just by by straight action and not so much by
Can I throw out a random theory here though that I came up with?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
What if, because this is the moment that defined that got Deku All Might's approval, right? Like this is his body just moved on his own and he saved Bakugo, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what if in order to save Bakugo, Deku passes One for All onto Bakugo?
No. I don't think that's gonna go.
Oh man, that would be crazy.
Yeah,
that would be kind of weird. I think Midoriya would have to die or something like that, and that would just be weird. He's the main character. We've seen him as I don't.
Yeah, I don't see it happening.
Hell of a twist, man. I don't know.
I
don't know.
Just a thought.
It's not impossible.
Chapter, though, so far, by the way.
I've
said everything I'd like to say about the chapter.
Same.
By the way, I mean,
but yeah, let's keep it rolling then. It is time to randomize.
Rocket to punch!
The music after.
Avengers number.
Khonshu no Fistu.
Khonshu no Fistu. This is Avengers number 36.
Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah, there's a big 2-page spread where Ta-Nehisi Coates gives like a little bit of a tribute to Chadwick Boseman. It's pretty nice. But essentially, we pick up where we last left off. Earlier, we get a little flashback to apparently Moon Knight went onto the moon. And he's like, despite what you think, this is not my usual thing. I don't go to the moon often.
It's not, even though I am Moon Knight, it's not
my thing.
I also don't usually ride the Ghost Rider car.
But first time for everything.
Right.
And we cut between this time and what's happening now, where Moon Knight is fighting off against Black Panther, and for whatever reason he thinks he's fighting Mephisto right now. And I guess we could just do the earlier time, like the earlier story. On the moon, he meets the Seer, who is Nick Fury, who we saw in at the end of Empire.
Yeah.
So apparently, I guess like all these threads are coming together, which is appreciated, I guess. He's basically like, you're praying to the wrong god, Moon Knight. There's something bigger coming that you could use instead of Khonshu. Khonshu's a little bitch. You shouldn't use his power.
You seen that nigga in the corner, right? And you really gonna pray to him? That's your god?
This is way more.
Is this your king?
There's a way more impressive god coming. Just wait a minute. And so, him and the Black Panther are fighting because he's under an illusion that he's fighting Mephisto and whatnot. We cut to this again even earlier, I guess, when Black Panther first arrived, where he challenges Khonshu to a fight. He's just like, I don't care if you're a god, I will beat the shit out of you. And Khonshu's like, whatever, I have Mjolnir now. Kya! He sends Mjolnir, and Mjolnir doesn't attack Black Panther. It just kind of like flies around in him. And apparently, way back in 1 million BC, Black Panther was able to carry Mjolnir. Pretty interesting.
Yeah, it was pretty dope. I was like, cool. I better be able to pick up the Thor hammer if I get a Black Panther skin in Fortnite, right?
Probably.
That's all I'm saying. All of that.
Yeah. So, Moon Knight back in the present puts on his fucking spike knuckles and is like, now I'll fight you for real. It's so funny. But yeah, he's just... They just keep fighting and he's like, wake up! Wake up! You can't stop. You gotta stop fucking fighting for Khonshu. He's a little hoe.
Dweeb.
He's a little hoe.
He's a little dweeb ass.
Big ass.
Head ass.
Beak ass. Skull beak.
Big skeleton beak. Fucking pterodactyl head ass nigga. Like, your bones is dusty. And
Yeah.
your outfit's whack.
Yeah. So Khonshu just flies away.
He said all of that. It's all canon from Black Panther.
Yeah, it's all canon. And
if you can't see it on your comic, it's because you didn't get the exclusive one like we did.
Yeah, we get the advanced copies where...
You forget the part where he said lobster flavor looking ass.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm calling somebody that shit later. I'm stealing that one. I like that.
So Khonshu just is like, you know what, fuck this, I'm getting out of here, and he uses his Mjolnir to blast him into space so he can chase Iron Man and Carol Danvers, who are carrying the Star Brand, so he can take the Star Brand.
He basically ran away from the Black Panther. Let's not sugarcoat it, guys. Let's not create these false tales and call it what it is, right?
Right.
He ran away like a bitch and said, I'm going to go kill a baby because I can't beat you up.
Yeah.
Big, strong Black Panther.
Yeah, maybe I could take down the fucking baby.
Yeah.
And little did you know, the baby was trying to fight.
Baby.
The baby was here to fight, though. If you see closely, when he's chained up Iron Man, the little baby was like, still ready to fight it.
Oh yeah, he threw his hands up.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, but then they look up above and they notice the god that Moon Knight was talking about. And this whole time, Moon Knight wouldn't stop fighting Black Panther because he needed to bleed a lot. And the reason he needed to bleed a lot was for kind of to show whatever was coming that he means business. It's kind of like a ritual of sorts. And then once this force comes down and is like, all right, I see you serious, and takes over his body, it turns out that the Moon Knight is now in complete possession of the Phoenix Force. Which is pretty cool.
Isn't that a mutant thing?
Not necessarily.
Yes. Oh no, it just happened to be.
It can just kind of take over people. There's no.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a mutant.
It's about telepaths, but Khonshu's not a telepath. It's kind of weird.
I think it's maybe I don't know, Brian. Maybe you could look it up. Why Phoenix Force really is an X-Men thing only, or has it ever taken over anybody else? I don't know if it's specific towards mutants. I think it took over Jean Grey because
it's for sure a telepathic thing. You have to have a strong
in Avengers. In Avengers versus X-Men, Cyclops got the Phoenix Force.
Oh, you're right. It has nothing to do with telepaths, man.
Yeah,
I guess because I was thinking about Jean Grey.
Because Jean Grey is an Omega level mutant, and I guess it
and the other
power.
Dude, man, Quentin Quire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Hit Omega.
That's the end of the issue. Pretty cool twist. Moon Knight as the Phoenix is a pretty interesting prospect. I can't wait to see how this all folds out. And I wonder if this is going to have any major implications in terms of the Avengers and the X-Men again. Because there are rumors floating around that they're going to have another conflict.
There's going to be a part 2.
Mm-hmm. So maybe we'll see.
Those are some really cool rumors.
Pretty solid rumors, but
yeah.
I don't know. That's all I got to say. Brian, did you happen to find anything?
I'm reading it and it doesn't say anything. Hold on, actually. It doesn't say anything about it being specifically mutants that deal with it, but it just says that it's a sentient being that's born of the universe. It's a state of existence.
Okay.
I don't know. It's weird.
So
I
not
think
necessarily
Phoenix
X-Men.
Force is complicated. You have to read a lot more into it to figure out what's going on with it.
Yeah, I guess so. Not X-Men specific, but in any case, it is time for us to move on and randomize. Chainsaw Man.
Cool.
This is Chainsaw Man chapter 86.
Another weird ass chapter.
Yeah,
by the way.
Chainsaw. Last we left off, the Chainsaw Man destroyed Makima and then walked into this fucking McDonald's.
Literally. That's what happened.
It's kind of interesting that it's driven by Denji's desires. So at one point, Denji expressed that he wanted to eat a hamburger, so it went to this family burger place. And that's where he finds Kobeni, who has quit the safety the Demon Slaying Squad and is working now as a fast food employee.
Yeah, public safety agency, and
and is now working as a fast food employee. And she's just dropping hamburgers all over Chainsaw Man. And at this point, her boss is like, "Is this a hidden camera prank?" And
has to be.
I'm like,
there's no way.
I know you're out there. I know you're out there, Ashton Kutcher. And that's when,
Right, because he said there's no way she tripped twice, right? Like, and I'm thinking that, like, yeah, man, she's real clumsy. Like, shorty, if power ain't wreck your car, you was gonna wreck your car eventually anyway. Holy shit.
pretty much. So yeah, his head gets lopped off easy. And Kobeni
She's
just
do
like
it all by herself. Easy, he just did it because he spoke out of term, I guess.
yeah. So Kobeni puts together the hamburger again and just like drops it on his table, and the Chainsaw Man just eats it. And then he remembers Denji also wanted to go on a date with a girl. And he turns over and is like, "Oh, Kobeni's a girl." And he just picks up Kobeni.
Ooh.
He just picks up Kobeni and walks away.
With his guts.
Yeah, and she's just like, "Why?"
I quit this shit so I wouldn't have to go into these situations.
Yeah, he walks through an ice cream truck, and they somehow have ice cream as a result. But it tastes
They think they got the ice cream, and then he chopped the ice cream truck up. I was looking for the guy in there, but I couldn't find him. I hope he's okay.
Yeah, me too. And Kobeni describes it doesn't taste like anything.
Because she's just crying, probably, and she's so scared.
A public safety guy shows up, and I'm like, "Oh, is this a new character? Is he gonna fight again?" And he's like, "Pretty strong looking devil for the dispatch. I accepted." And he's like, "Don't be afraid, miss. It's safe now that I'm here." And then he's immediately killed off. Like they jump cut to his death. And then she just like the Chainsaw Man just makes Kobeni play Dance Dance Revolution.
Yes, and she does pretty well, man.
I mean, she does the thing. And he just disappears while she's stuck there playing Dance Dance Revolution. I guess he leaves.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because
Holy
he's
shit.
supposed to kill people he saves. So I'm not really sure.
I guess he technically didn't save her though. He
He
wasn't
didn't save her, he just
wanted to
terrorized
save
her.
her.
I guess. So
She didn't say "save me" or anything.
she
right?
did.
And it's not like he was... Oh, she did say save me, remember? And
That's why
pulled
he
up.
ended up there.
I think that was just supposed to be a metaphor, though. Perhaps.
Yeah, I don't think she was calling for him to save
I
her.
don't know.
Maybe.
Or maybe Kobene's just that chill. He did tell everybody else in the store. Right?
Yeah.
And he
Sure.
still had to go on the date with her, and she still had to dance, and he had to go do some other shit real quick.
Like sit on a rooftop.
Dude,
which
I
is
don't
where
know
he
this
is.
nigga, man. I ain't gonna act like I don't. I guess we'll find out soon. But Makima's back. She's not actually dead.
Yeah, it turns out.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah, she's just standing there like, it seems we've been noticed. And then
I'm not surprised, but I'm also just like, did you just lie? Did you lie to us the other chapter?
yeah. What the fuck?
Did you just say that so that the guy wouldn't shoot you? Were you actually scared of getting shot? I don't know what to believe with this girl anymore.
Yeah. So
I don't.
Makima's not alone. She's got a whole group of people with her.
A new main cast of characters, the new captains.
And they're all just like
That we're gonna meet.
nonchalant. They're all just like,
Oh, they all have a line. They all have a line and personality, and they're all slightly chummy. But you know what that means. None of them are going to survive.
Yeah.
Not one. Not one of them. I give them 3 chapters at best.
Well, there is an
Not
interesting-
making it past whatever arc this is.
Well,
for sure.
At the end of this chapter, we do get a very interesting return. I thought this was the bomb girl for a second, but I'm going
Oh, man, that would have been so cool, man. It's not.
But you know what?
Oh, wait, is that?
You know who is here? Quan Chi.
Bro, is that not the girl? That's not the bomb girl?
Brian, can you look up what she looks like and tell us if you think...
Who's
I
the
think
bomb?
that's
girl?
her, yo.
It looks like her.
Oh, my God. You didn't fucking read that part yet.
Damn, Brian.
Oh, Brian.
Ugh.
But
Who's
that
the
is
bomb
Quan
girl?
Chi right there. Maybe these are all past the Devil Hunters.
I don't know. Maybe they're
The
all
bomb
like fiends.
girl, Chainsaw Man.
Did you find her?
Is her
Somebody's
name
arm is missing.
Reze? Oh
Yes.
yeah, it says bomb girl.
Yeah, Reze. Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, Reze. And
Reze.
does that look like her?
Kind
All
of.
right, let me compare.
It kind of looks like her. How crazy would it be if it was the bomb girl again? That'd be pretty sick.
That would be.
Girl with the tie.
Yeah, the girl with the tie at the end, that right before the last page.
I guess it kind of looks like her a little bit.
We gotta figure it out. Well, whatever. That's the end of the chapter. Quan Chi is back, and she's got a confirmed devil. Like she can transform into like I guess the Arrow Devil.
She has
which is pretty
Sword
cool.
Devil or whatever.
No, she's the Arrow Devil. She has like crossbows on her arms.
Oh,
Which makes her my favorite guy.
Yeah, for sure. All right, that was a funny issue. It was entertaining.
Sometimes
isn't that lady like super speed?
Quan
Like, isn't
Chi?
that her thing?
No,
That
Yeah,
she's
she's
like-
a fucking monster.
she's a monster, but she's also got like,
she's
a
a
devil
beast.
power. She could turn into
How is she still alive?
I don't know. I guess like Makima kept her alive.
Yeah, we're gonna find out next chapter. They got a lot of explaining to do.
For sure.
Makima shouldn't even be alive, based on her own account.
Yeah, I agree.
So,
But in any case,
yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
yeah, it's time to randomize. X Factor. All right, we were blessed with one X book this week, and instead of like 17 in one day, we have X Factor number 4, which is Ten of Swords, part 2 of 22. Last we left off, Apocalypse took a team of X-Men into Otherworld to confront the army of the Amenth that are coming straight for Krakoa to reclaim it, and it didn't go so well. They were pretty much betrayed by the Summoner, who is his grandson, and that was pretty fucked up. The chapter picks up immediately where we left off. Rockslide was murdered, by the way. That's an important thing to remember for this chapter. And we pick up in Krakoa where Banshee's sister, I guess, carries Richter through the Eternal's Gate, and the rest of the mutants that went to Otherworld follow. Apocalypse is not in good shape. He is literally like, where is... and he looks over and Richter is dying. And he's like, no, Richter, my friend. And, the rest of the X-Men show up and is like, what the fuck happened? So, not great things. Rockslide was murdered, and Polaris feels real bad about that. On the other side of Otherworld, Saturnine just kind of seals the gate to Otherworld, so nobody could get in or out without her say-so. Throughout the issue, we get these little interstitial informational pages about the other realms within Otherworld. Not going to go through all of them. It's a lot of information. So Rachel tries to go dig into Polaris's mind to find the details of the tournament that Saturnine proposed between the Amenth forces and Krakoans. So essentially, Krakoa is supposed to choose 10 people to wield 10 swords to fight against 10 people from the Amenth side, and winner gets Krakoa. Tournament arc, yes.
Why does X-Men have a tournament arc?
Because it's awesome, Brian. That's why.
And why not? I'll counter your question with that one. Why not?
It becomes more and more like
Come on,
X-Men
bro, it doesn't get better than this.
X-Men becomes more and more like a fucking shonen manga. More that
I'm not mad at it.
And it's lit, bro. You complaining about that?
You got to get
You
on
wish
it,
it was
Brian.
Dragon Ball Z where Cyclops would beat everybody?
You got to get on it, Brian. By the way, we never got an
I'm
explanation
telling you,
about that.
X-Men is really good.
But anyway, we'll get that out of you another time. So yeah, they try to dig in Rachel's mind, but Saturnine has a mental block on her, so they can't really read her mind. Polaris has to kind of like figure it out. Bless you, Josh. Meanwhile, bless you again. Meanwhile, at the healer's fortress, he's healing both Apocalypse and Richter, and he's trying to heal Apocalypse first because I guess Apocalypse can be saved, and Richter is pretty much on death's door. And Apocalypse is like, "You're just letting him die?" And he's like, "He'll be resurrected in 20 minutes." And he's like, "Okay, cool. I guess I'll kill you too then." And then he just starts murdering the healer. And I'm like, you
Yeah.
you toxic,
Well, you know what it
unstable
is?
boy.
He said something about them being connected. So I think if Richter dies, he dies as well.
I guess. Not necessarily connected in that way, though. I don't think he dies if Richter dies, but I think something does happen if he dies. That's something bad.
Oh.
And right as he's murdering the healer, that's when Rachel just just makes a psychic illusion where he's getting murdered by his children, by the Four Horsemen again. And he's like, leave me. Leave me alone. That was fucked up too soon. So Polaris walks in to Xavier, where he's hanging out with the people, with the 5 who are in charge of resurrection. And she basically explains the entire situation to them. And Xavier's like, oh no, it was a trap. It's like we told him not to fucking do this, huh? Huh. Yeah. Richter.
Oh man, and Charles and Magneto let him have it.
Oh, we'll get to
get
that.
to that though.
Okay, so basically they're like, all right, let's resurrect these guys ASAP. So they resurrect Rockslide and Richter, who just passed away. Richter comes out fine. Xavier is able to implant his memories from the backup again. But Rockslide is a little different. He tries to do it with Rockslide, but his cerebro in his head just like short circuits. And everybody's like, the fuck? And not only that, across the cradles, Krakoan cradles, which are essentially like different cerebral helmets that serve as backups for everybody as well, all start to short circuit at the same time, including Moira's no place. And we haven't seen Moira in a while, which is pretty interesting. But yeah, terrible things happen. Rockslide dies again because he was unable to, like, his body is unable to uphold itself, its form. And Rockslide is dead for real. And they're like, fuck. And they're worried that the whole fucking resurrection process is tainted at this point. They destroyed the rest of the eggs so that it doesn't spread to future resurrections. And all resurrections are going to be put on hold from now on until they figure out what the fuck happened. At some point, Rockslide just comes back, though. I don't know, like some of his pieces come together, and it's Rockslide. But he doesn't know himself. He has no memories. But it's definitely him, according to Xavier. He can read his mind. He's like, it's him, but it's also not him. And we come to learn that resurrection turns out, if you die in Otherworld, the difference between Richter and Rockslide is Richter died on Krakoa, whereas Rockslide died on Otherworld. And when you die on Otherworld, it corrupts your backups. So if you die, it's technically permanent. Like, you run the risk of just really being dead. And if they try to resurrect you, you become an amalgam of different alternate versions of yourself across the multiverse. So Rockslide is himself, but he's also a piece of himself from another alternate universe and another alternate universe, and it's all condensed into one person, which is a pretty heavy way to set the stakes. This is like, they can't just resurrect the way out of this one. So yeah, basically they're like trying to think about like not even doing this tournament arc because like if they can,
I mean, they're setting the stakes, bro. But you know exactly what this is about. They're basically they're adding an element of like, oh, you know, the
stakes.
I'm saying all these words to basically say, oh, yeah, you die. You know what I mean? The resurrection ain't gonna be able to save their ass this time.
Yeah, they're really like they're really dying. And then as the meeting continues, a prophecy just leaks out of fucking what's her face's? I don't know. I don't know why I'm blanking on Polaris's mouth. She's just like yelling this prophecy, and it's basically listing off the people who are going to participate in this through riddles, because nothing be cryptic. It can't nothing be clear in a magic world. It's all got to be in riddles and shit. But yeah, that's when we get Josh's favorite part, when Magneto and Xavier pull up to Apocalypse's bedside, and they're like, yeah, bad news. We're stopping resurrections for now, so if you die, there'll be a couple of days till we could bring you back. So, and nobody's going to mourn you because you really fucked us this time, Apocalypse. Yeah, you really have us over a barrel here. And then Apocalypse has to just sit there and be like, shall we? He doesn't say sorry, but his face is just like, shit. Over this time, we get a little narration from Polaris, who is kind of just... She's got a weird relationship with Magneto, who's her dad, and Magneto's like a dick to her.
Yeah.
Just basically like...
I guess because Wanda's the worst. And it's like, God damn it, daughter. And I guess Quicksilver's kind of corny, too. I don't know where he's been.
Yeah, I don't know either. But in any case...
I guess he'd rather be with the Avengers.
Essentially, she puts a lot of pressure on Polaris, to succeed and, be as good as he is. And over the course of this narration, she finds... she starts, like, feeling clues in her head from Saturnine as to what they're supposed to do next. And she finds the thing. She finds what they're looking for. And apparently in this weird area of Krakoa, there's this ring and there are these 10 little circles in this ring where the warriors are supposed to stand when they find their swords. And once they get there, they'll be teleported to the site of the battle and they'll be fighting. And the tournament arc can begin proper, which is real cool. And before she continues, is like, let's be warned, champions, it's kind of like a volunteer process. There's a prophecy, but just understand if you participate, there may not be coming back if you die. So, we got to do this because, we can't waste Rockslide's death. Nobody was supposed to die on here. That's the whole point of Krakoa, essentially. So we got to make his death worth something. And Magic is the first one to step up and be like, she takes her sword and she's
like, man, I was born ready for this. This is literally why I even joined Krakoa, to get shit popping in these type of situations.
Hell yeah, dude.
See, I don't care about death. I'm going to kill everybody. I'm Ilyana Rasputin, the fan favorite, and I'm going to win. And it's going to be a bit of a struggle, but then it's going to be really easy after I snap my fingers and power up. You know how that goes.
We'll see. Maybe she dies.
Soul Sword.
Yeah. Okay. So then we get a.
They never let me be happy like that. There's no way.
There's an informational page that I will break down because it is essentially like the list of characters that are going to participate. For the most part, Ileana's the first. It looks like Cable, obviously, because he's got a sword in his book. That's pretty important. Warlock is one of them, apparently. Storm obviously is one of them. It's all, they break down parts of the riddle that they got, and they try to connect it to the mutant that would have to fight. Logan is one of them, obviously, Wolverine, and he already knows where his sword is. He's like, well, I guess I gotta go get my sword in Japan, and I'm like, yeah. Wolverine's gonna fucking fight with a katana in Magic Land. Big fan. Then it's the Braddock kids, obviously Elizabeth. Captain Britain is going to be one of them. Gorgon is one of them. Apocalypse is the other. And so far, that's the entire list. I don't know if that's really 10. I didn't count. But...
A.
Oh, is his name. And that's where the issue ends. It's pretty cool. If I wasn't sold on 10 of Swords yet, I am now. I'm pretty stoked about this. I like how they had to make it so like if you die, you die. Yeah. You have to up the ante if you're gonna make a big event.
I feel bad for any Rockslide fans. Yeesh, that was greasy, man. He got put out easy, simply.
Yeah.
No fight. That's the worst way, honestly.
I agree.
That wouldn't encourage me to want to keep reading the series. That would encourage me to be like, man, I can't. I hope these guys lose, or I'm gonna read it when they end up getting smoked. Cause fuck out of here, I miss Roxanne.
Yeah, but essentially, certified very good issue for me.
Certified
Same.
Yeah, I'm a big fan. Pick it up. I mean, come on, get 10 of Swords, guys. It's so good. I'm so excited. I can't wait to see where it goes. Tournament arc. If they do one-on-one battles, I'm finished.
That's exactly what's going to happen, and I can't wait.
I mean, it's a long event.
If Wolverine dies, he's fine, because he won't really die.
Yeah, definitely.
It's going to affect it.
But, In any case, 10 of Swords. Pick it up. It is time to randomize.
The champ is here!
World Trigger. This is World Trigger, Chapter 202, Gallipola, Part 14. Last we left off, we found out that Yotaro is a prince of a neighbor nation, and his sister is a princess, and we get some more details about that going forward. So Yotaro is the prince, she's the princess, and apparently Yotaro's sister is the one operating the mother trigger of Meiden, which is holy shit. And apparently a mother trigger doesn't have to be a person. A mother trigger can be operated via machinery. There are different forms it can take. Some people use a whole person. Some people are channel the energy through a machine of some sort. And she's not their god in the same way that she would be a god in other neighbor nations. She's operating the trigger, but her output is not the same as say Aftercouture, who are able to create an entire planet out of Tryon. And apparently it explains that their world is basically our world. We don't need Tryon to survive in this world. They use Tryon to, fortify their base, and that's about it, and use it for weapons and whatnot, for the military use, and pretty much exclusively. They have other energy sources. They don't need to be involved in this war. They're just kind of they just have powerful people who are able to do so. And people are attacking them, so, it's kind of crazy. So, because they have no god, Rata assumes that they possess a crown trigger, which is a little higher up. A crown trigger is a trigger that serves the mother trigger. It's the most powerful trigger there can be in a planet, apparently. And there are two uses for them. Essentially, crown triggers can be used to protect the mother trigger, or others can be used to wield to help the planet thrive. So I guess crown triggers can be used to create planets out of the Tryon energy. That's what really comes from it. And I guess the mother trigger takes that energy and regulates it in some way. It's kind of like in Yuma's world, the Tsuchigami were essentially the crown triggers, where there were these little things that would recycle Tryon around the world and reuse it and fix it and stuff like that. Little Wallies, essentially. So Osamu asks, so what does Border's crown trigger do? And apparently, Border's crown trigger is Raijin Maru, the fucking capybara that Yotaro's always riding around.
Yeah, not just filler, silly characters there. These guys are all important, and I'm just like, all right.
I gotta say,
sure, the fucking, what do you call that animal again?
It's a capybara. Yeah. I was kind of taken aback, and they're just
Raijin Maru.
They're just revealing this information, it was Raijin Maru. I'm I love how non-dramatic they're doing it. It's so fun. So basically, they're he's the type, she's the type, Raijin Maru, to the crown trigger type that protects the mother trigger. So that's why they were worried that they were fucking with Yotaro, because if Raijin Maru saw that, she would just transform into a giant fucking capybara and destroy everything to protect
giant capybara.
I mean, come on, man. I really am enjoying this a lot. I love how regular it is. So basically, they're basically saying hey, okay, so I think we have more to gain by joining forces than fighting each other. And honestly, Jin's side effect says that it'd be better if you guys joined us because he can see the future. So join forces and you won't regret it. So he takes this information back to his team. His team is I don't know. We got to verify whether he can actually read the future or not. They're not fucking with us. And he's yeah, I agree with that. And then he asks, the captain of their squad asks, well, what would you do, Rata? And Rata says, well, and we cut to the present where Jin, Osamu, and Yuma meet up with Rega and Rata again, and they meet the Tamakoma 2 guys, and they said, yeah, we'll take on your deal. We'll team up with you guys. Here's all the information on the other After Couture vassal states. So, that'd be cool. And
nice.
To verify,
they betrayed their own people to someone they met real soon, but it made sense to deal. And they was like, we could just smoke y'all niggas right now.
Well, they also revealed that apparently, like, After Couture conquered Gallipola. It's not a friendly relationship.
Yeah.
So it's
no, they have incentive to. It's just kind of, realistically. Well, all right. To put it simply, things worked out very, very well.
Mm-hmm.
Which means that, I think there's going to be a whole lot of conflict coming pretty soon. I think this is one of those chapters and one of these plot points that's not really going to see a lot of fruition until much later.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I'll be honest, I can see this being a situation where they come in to assist, like, characters in a fighting situation. There's something going on and, kind of Naruto-esque.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It was like, this is their village hidden in the sand, where they come in to assist. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Sand. Yeah, they hidden in a different neighborhood, though.
Yeah, so
that's my niggas from the other side, Joe.
So
they put in mad work. Watch them pull up. You can't jump us. Let me stop.
The terms for their agreement are, like, he basically confirms that Jin can see the future. He gives them this communication device that they can communicate with each other without being spied on by After Couture or anything. And they basically rely on each other. If you need help, we'll come help you. If you need help, if we need help, you'll come help us. And so Jin gives the communication device over to Osamu. And he's like, well, I can't go on the away mission because now that we have information on the other vassal states, it's better for me to hang back and protect Meiden in case anybody just comes by and tries to fuck shit up. So
yeah,
I'm better served here. And Osamu's like, okay. And they're basically the representatives for to Gallipola. So he turns over and they just separate, and he turns over to this guy and be like to Jin and is like, why am I representing it? Why am I representing you guys? Why me? And Jin and Yuma's like, maybe he thinks it will win. Maybe he thinks we'll pass the fucking away exam. And Jin's like, I actually don't know if you guys are gonna pass or not. It could go either way.
So listen, man. Whether y'all going to away mission or not, but now you have a reason to really try, huh?
Yeah, and
that's not reassuring, but okay.
Well, thank
God.
How
does Jin not know though?
Jin can't see a for sure future.
Well, it's not. Yeah, he sees possible situations that could lead down the road to other things.
Yeah, Jin sees a lot of alternate futures that he has to. Part of what keeps his power from being broken is that he has to make the future he wants happen. So he has to take the necessary steps possible in order to reach the most equitable future for him.
Yeah, out of the ones available, or that are possible.
Yeah, it's really a cool mechanic. It's very mysterious.
Yeah, it's balanced clairvoyance. That's cool. It's refreshing to see something like that.
So,
unlike with Marvel or DC, where they make up their own rules with the same character for each story to make it seem fit,
Pretty much. So apparently Yuma reveals that he wasn't lying about much, but he did lie about one thing. The very first
his name.
Yeah. And we cut back to the Gallipola ship where they're basically like, yeah, we formed an alliance. We're with the Tamakoma kids now. And it's revealed that although Gatlin is the captain of the squad, at the end of the day, the final word is Rata's, because apparently he is secretly Orkan Marduk.
Marduk?
Yeah, Gallipola's fourth prince and a fugitive. So very next chapter, I guess we're going to get into the final away mission test. So
for the away mission test, cool.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm so excited. This was my certified really good chapter.
Certified RGC.
Honestly, I'm not gonna say World Trigger's been lackluster. It just hasn't been that hype since the fight settled down. This is more just kind of world building and story building, but it just hasn't been as interesting as the other things going on. I mean, One Piece is in the middle of a crazy arc.
Yeah.
And honestly, so is My Hero Academia. World Trigger, when it gets into when it builds a rhythm and momentum, it'll be right back on top for me.
Yeah, I mean, I just love the magnitude of the things that were revealed and how they were revealed. It was just like, oh yeah, Raijimaru is like the strongest thing on our planet, and Yotaro is a secret prince. I did like it. I like that. I'm a fan of how they world build here. It's like little piece by piece. It's very interesting. I'm very intrigued by World Trigger's world in general. So it's always fun to really learn a lot about it. But yeah, that was World Trigger, and that has been our show. Thank you guys so much for listening. Thank you for welcoming us back. I hope you all find us again and we get our subscribers that we lost. But here's hoping we find each other again. But you could find me at the Chris Espinal, at jdcole_37, at b.esp on Twitter and Instagram. Follow the show itself at New Jump City on Twitter and Instagram. Follow Drum Foo, our theme song guy, at drum_foo. Email us at newjumpcitypod@gmail.com with any questions, suggestions, anything you guys want to talk about. And I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for listening. We love you. Take care and stay safe, New Jump citizens.